This pro-liberty podcast is brought to you by the Health Ranger Store. Visit healthrangerstore.com/MAGA. That's MAGA, like Make America Great Again. Thank you for your support. Allow me to summarize Greta Thunberg and this kind of youth climate fascist movement. It's all about these young people who have never produced anything in their lives. All they've done is consume the results of other people's effort. They've eaten food grown by somebody else. They've had air conditioning because of energy created by somebody else. They've gone to schools that were funded by somebody else. They've lived off of everybody else in society. And yet what they say now is essentially, how dare you produce anything in society? How dare you consume anything in society? You are consumers. You are creating waste and plastic and carbon footprints. While, of course, these young activists, I guess, they have been nothing but consumers and they haven't produced anything. So this is the faction. This is the war now. It's a war on producers being waged by the young consumers who are too young and frankly too ignorant and pretty stupid too, to have any understanding of how the world actually works. And young people today seem to be triggered by this idea that they consume anything, triggered by the idea that it takes energy to maintain even an inkling of a modern lifestyle. How do these young people think computers operate? When they go to Netflix and watch a special, where do they think the data comes from? How does the data get to them? How do they think this movie appears magically on their screen? They have no idea. There is a server farm that uses a massive amount of electricity, probably powered by coal or some other fossil fuel. Even the server farms have an eco footprint because, of course, they are producing energy and there is a resulting carbon footprint. They're releasing carbon dioxide, which, by the way, is good for the planet. It's good for plants. Plants need carbon dioxide, but young people don't understand that. So if you explain to them, did you know that using your computer or using your mobile phone and even using an app, that app has to talk to a server. The server uses electricity, probably created by fossil fuels. If you tell them that, they will be in shock. They might commit suicide just because it never occurred to them that they are consuming energy as well. They want to say it's the adult's fault. And you hear this among children today, these young activists anyways, like, we are the ones who know best, they say. Us 16-year-olds, 16-year-old boys and girls think that they should rule the world and the adults have failed them and the adults are ignorant. The adults don't know how things really work because these young people, boy, they have the real vision of the future. Of course, they're ignorant fools. They don't know how anything works. But that's par for the course these days. The people screaming the loudest and demanding the most are the ones who know the least. That's true in government, but also in activism. You know, I've been to South America. I used to live in South America. And I remember going to rural Peru one time and visiting the indigenous Indians. They're called Indians. They're not like North American Indians. They are Peruvian Indians, like Inca, for example. And they live in mud huts. And they make their construction materials out of blocks of mud. And I got to visit a mud block factory. And it was actually pretty cool. It's like, hey, you build your house out of mud? Yep, they do. And they take the local mud. They have certain areas where the mud is better, you know, and they mix the water and they make mud blocks. They have like a mud block mold, which, as you might imagine, is basically just a rectangular box. And then they stamp out the mud blocks and then they let them dry in the sun. And after the sun dries the mud blocks, then they use those to make their homes. So there's kind of like a brick and mortar operation, literally mud bricks. And then they use grass to make thatch roofs and things like that. And sometimes they might use a wood beam here or there, harvested from a local forest. And I was watching this and thinking, wow, this is really eco-sustainable. This is what greenies claim to be supporting, but I've never seen an environmental activist living in a mud hut. They live in air-conditioned homes and they fly around in private jets when they have enough money, like Al Gore, for example. And then they lecture everybody about being eco-sustainable and ecologically aware, and everything has to be green. Well, where's your green lifestyle? Little Miss Thunderpants? Where's your green lifestyle? What about all these other activists that are eating food that's been trucked in from thousands of miles away because they want to have a vegan lifestyle? So they're eating like processed vegan food or Beyond Meat burgers, which is artificial processed junk food, by the way, that's got all kinds of road miles on it, a big ecological footprint made from genetically modified soy that's grown by cutting down rainforests in the Amazon. So you're eating these artificial meat burgers, you're basically killing the Amazon rainforest and thinking you're green. But never let logic intrude on the mind of a young activist because they're so certain that they're the only ones who have the answers. They're so certain that they're correct. That adults have all turned into zombies, they think, and only the children can save the world because that's what they're taught in every Disney movie. No, you notice that is the children are going to save the world from the stupid adults. I think it would be really funny to take somebody like this Greta girl and put her in a mud hut for about a year. Say, okay, guess what? You're going to live a truly green lifestyle. Here, you're going to grow your own food, carry your own water from a water well that you dig by hand, by the way. You're going to make your own blocks of mud. You're going to build your own house out of those mud blocks. You're going to slaughter your own sheep or llamas or whatever you can get your hands on, because sooner or later you're going to be starving to death because your vegetarian crops aren't going to feed you very much, by the way. You're going to want some lard or some cow's milk or something, or chicken eggs or something. You're going to need some animals sooner or later if you want to live. So here, do it yourself. Eat local. Eat local means go chop the head off a chicken and pluck that chicken and gut it and stick it in a stew and make some chicken broth to mix with your quinoa. Because quinoa alone is not going to keep you alive, probably, even though it's a good high protein crop that is eaten by people in Peru. But even in Peru, they mix eggs with the quinoa. They'll do like an egg quinoa soup with onions. I know because I've made it with them, by the way, because I've been there. I've been part of this operation. I hiked through the Andes Mountains, okay? I've had breakfast, which is egg quinoa onion soup at high altitude with a little bit of coca leaf tea, just so you don't die crossing the high mountain pass, by the way. But anyway, I've seen this with my own eyes. I know what eco-friendly living looks like, and it looks like living in a mud hut and chopping the head off a chicken in your backyard and growing onions with a plow being pulled by some oxen, and the plow's made out of wood, by the way. I've seen that too. And you know what? An eco-friendly lifestyle like that, it's totally self-sustainable, and it's basically it's a third world existence. And I don't see any iPhones in the hands of those native Indians in Peru. I don't see any computers. I don't see any internet. I don't see them watching Netflix or texting their friends with emojis. You know what I see? I see people working their knuckles bare trying to stay alive and not starve to death. That's what I see. Yeah, they don't have any diesel engines there. They have animal power. They have donkeys, burros and oxen and their own elbow grease. It's human power and it's animal power, and that's how they manage to stay alive. I've seen it. That's called sustainable. And if you want that, move to Papua New Guinea or move to Peru or Bolivia, go out into the rural high Andes mountains and learn how to live that way. But don't lecture the rest of us when you are a little pathetic, whiny, crybully, contradiction. You're living in air conditioning. You're using electricity. You're wearing clothes that were made with high energy inputs. Don't lecture the rest of us about your lifestyle when you aren't any better than anybody else. Green activists are hypocrites and liars. They don't practice what they preach. If they did, you would never hear from them because they wouldn't be online. So there's something to think about. At least when I'm using electricity to go online and have servers and data centers and everything, at least I have a message for humanity that's based on honesty and integrity and scientific reality, not a bunch of delusions and false dreams and fake promises that are pushed by these climate change activists who are half lunatics and half quacks. Just insane stuff there. But thank you for listening. If you'd like to contribute to the carbon footprint of the world, go ahead and share this podcast with others so that they too can emit carbon dioxide to hear the truth about climate change. Thank you for listening. I know you have a lot of choices of where to get your superfoods and supplements, personal care products, and so on. To find all these solutions and more, just go to healthrangerstore.com/MAGA, M-A-G-A. healthrangerstore.com/MAGA, as in Make America Great Again. You'll find hundreds of solutions there that can enhance and help protect your health. Again, that's healthrangerstore.com/MAGA. At the Health Ranger Store, we are a pro-liberty, pro-life, pro-freedom, pro-America manufacturer and direct distributor. We sell direct to customers, offering extraordinary values on these products. Lab tested and verified. We test all of our products for bacteria, E. coli, salmonella, yeast and mold, heavy metals, lead, cadmium, arsenic, mercury, much more. Also glyphosate, an herbicide, and other pesticides and herbicides are being added to our testing procedure to make sure that we bring you safe, verified, clean supplements that you just don't get anywhere else. I mean, Amazon.com is a joke compared to us. The Wall Street Journal even did a story exposing the thousands of contaminated, illegal, banned, toxic supplements and products that Amazon sells. We wouldn't sell that because we have ethics, we have morality, we're honest, we have integrity as a manufacturer and a provider of these products. Check us out, healthrangerstore.com. Over 700 different products are available right now. High-end supplements, superfoods, personal care products, even fragrance-free products that are eco-friendly for your home, such as laundry detergent, body soap, dishwasher detergent, and many other products. You'll find just an incredible assortment at healthrangerstore.com, and most importantly, your purchases there help support our ongoing efforts to spread the message of liberty and freedom and pro-life, respecting life in all its forms, and having a nation and a world that operates with ethics and morality so that we might have a sustainable human civilization, not one that's collapsing in destitution and suffering, which is what the radical left and the communists want to bring about. So support us and we support humanity. healthrangerstore.com. I thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.